We got
I
this.
don't want to do this anymore.
No, we got this, Max.
No,
You're a champion.
I don't have it.
You champion? Shop it.
I don't have it.
Stop it.
So you're saying that brother billionaire would use a legal loophole to not pay a black woman that upheld her part of the bargain, then threaten her that if she didn't sign a random paper in 24 hours, she would lose out on a measly $1 million because that's what y'all were offering? I'm so glad I said nope. Scare tactics and manipulation to steal what I worked for. Isn't it funny how they kept trying to say Desiree Perez's black son-in-law was abusing her daughter to get him falsely imprisoned? Remember the 3 times my home was swatted, claiming a man in the home had a gun? Does this—
Guns drawn, police everywhere. A famous singer's house is surrounded, again. But this time, Nicki Minaj thinks it's not just a random person playing a mean trick. She believes a very rich and powerful person has been secretly causing all of this. And what she says happened next changed everything. Imagine you're Nicki Minaj. You're super famous, you've broken records, and you live in a $20 million mansion in a place called Hidden Hills. It's supposed to be private and safe. You should feel protected behind those big gates. But instead, you wake up to flashing police lights, helicopters flying above, and police trucks on your lawn. Officers have their guns pointed at your door like you're dangerous. Here's the worst part. You didn't do anything wrong. Someone keeps calling the police with fake emergencies, pretending there's a shooting, or even lying about child abuse involving your baby. Every time, the police show up ready for trouble, and the person who called just disappears. This has been happening to her for years, and she's tired of staying quiet. If you're as shocked as we are, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. Before we even talk about the fake police calls, there's a pattern. Her homes have been targeted for a long time. Back in 2017, burglars broke into her house while she was away. They stole her jewelry and expensive things, then wrecked the place like stealing wasn't enough. The police never found who did it. It sent a message. Someone could reach her and get away with it. But fake police calls are different. Burglary hurts your stuff. Fake police calls can hurt people. In 2023, someone called the police and lied, saying a child was being abused at her house. Armed officers rushed in, and her baby was inside. They found nothing because it was all fake, a planned lie. Then it got worse. Another call came the next day, this time saying there was a shooting. Then again in August, police teams showed up like it was a war. 3 big incidents in just a few months. Same result every time. No crime, and nobody gets in trouble. Magically, no one ever finds the person who made the calls. That word matters, because Nicki isn't saying it's just bad luck. She's saying someone is being protected on purpose. She thinks these fake calls don't happen by accident. They happen when she's calling out specific, powerful people in the music business. If you want to understand why police keep showing up at her house, she says you need to understand who she's been fighting and why that fight leads straight to Jay-Z and his company, Roc Nation. Nicki says this is like a slow war that's been building for years. It started with them working together, but then things got bad. From their song Monster to her growing fame, the tension grew until it stopped being about music and became about money. She says the real problem started with Tidal, a music streaming company. Artists were promised part ownership. She supported the company, gave them exclusive songs, and promoted it. But when the company was sold, she claims she didn't get paid what she was owed. She says the paperwork was never clear, and what should have been millions of dollars was treated like nothing. That's when she stopped being nice. The story says, if Nicki's claims are true, this isn't just business, it's threats, trying to punish someone for asking for what they earned. And the money problem is just one part. Nicki says there's more. Blocked music releases, stolen opportunities, and lost money. Each claim makes her believe this isn't a mistake, it's a plan. Then she connects that plan to the fake police calls. She says it's the same trick used over and over. Fake reports, made-up emergencies, using the police as a weapon against people who stand up to powerful figures.
Desiree Perez, you got bigger fish to fry, bookie. Conspiracy, false imprisonment, civil rights violation. Oh, Nation, y'all suck. Anytime Cock Nation is in the news for something they don't want you to know, few things will happen. One, Will Smith is going to appear. Two, a famous person is announced dead. Three, their allies will begin to post and say nasty things about the Queen. Four, Lace Z will pop up looking dumb.
The story moves from a personal fight to something Nicki says is bigger. She's not just saying there's drama or music business politics. She's claiming there are paid spies, people secretly placed near her, paid to hurt her career and even her family. The story points out how big this is. In Nicki's view, this isn't just rap drama. It's like a secret attack. Once you see it that way, every new incident doesn't look random anymore. It looks planned. Then comes the most public battle, the Super Bowl. The story explains that Roc Nation works with the NFL, which means they have power over who performs. So when Kendrick Lamar was announced to perform in New Orleans instead of Lil Wayne, Nicki says it was punishment. She thinks it was meant to hurt the Young Money family because she won't obey. In her telling, it's not enough to just ignore her. The goal is to replace her, lift up other artists while shutting her out. Nicki claims the machine doesn't just act, it also distracts people. The story says she believes there's a pattern. Whenever Roc Nation gets in trouble, the public suddenly gets distracted. Big celebrity news, sudden headlines, planned attacks, and perfectly timed appearances that confuse everyone. Whether people believe it or not, the point is she's not being vague. She's saying there's a repeating pattern. She's daring people to watch the timing themselves. Think she's onto something? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. While the fight gets worse, the fake police calls don't stop. They get worse too. In 2025, someone calls in a detailed report about an assault and shooting of a Black woman who sounds like Nicki, saying the attackers are still there. The story points out how smart this is. This isn't just some random person causing chaos. This is someone giving specific details to make sure lots of armed police show up. Officers arrive ready for danger and find nothing. She wasn't even home. That's 4 confirmed fake calls in about 2 years. 4 times someone purposely sent armed police to a home where a child lives. The story zooms out. Her address is easier to find than most celebrities. Taxpayers have to pay for these police visits, and the danger is worse than it sounds. Because one mistake during these responses could kill someone. By early 2026, the story says Nicki stops holding back and starts attacking hard, going after Jay-Z's reputation, Roc Nation's leaders, and the whole system she believes is targeting her. The internet explodes. People pick sides. And even when some claims get questioned, the story notes the real effect. Once something is told to millions of people, it becomes part of the story forever. Then her accusations get sharper, using serious legal words like civil rights violations and conspiracy. These don't sound like gossip anymore. They sound like a war declaration. And through it all, the story connects everything back to the fake police calls. The same fear tactic, the same weapon, used again and again to scare her. The story explains Nicki's main theory. Jay-Z can't handle a woman in rap who built her own empire without his help. So instead of respecting her, she believes he tried to tear her down and lift up other artists to replace her. She says the situation got so bad, she even threatened to quit music because she claims it became impossible to survive safely. And Jay-Z's silence becomes its own part of the story. Some see it as strategy, some as arrogance, and some as guilt, depending on who you ask. The story separates what's proven from what's not. The fake police calls happened. The fights happened. and the public accusations exist. But whether he directly ordered it all is still unclear. So this isn't just about one night. It's the result of years of money fights, power games, growing accusations, and repeated incidents that put a family in danger. The ending doesn't solve it. It asks you to decide what you believe, either a terrifying abuse of power or someone falling apart publicly. Either way, the world is watching, and this story isn't over. What do you think is really going on? Smash that subscribe button and let us know in the comments.